Good afternoon and welcome back to Asgard and welcome back to Crackpack. So I do apologize that this episode is a little bit late. I had a bit of an issue. If we pop up here, you'll notice that I no longer have my osmotic enchanter. And if we go upstairs, all my teleport room is gone. So basically I broke the pack and had to revert to a backup, and apparently I thought it made a backup every 30 minutes, but this was the most recent one, so it was like right before I started building out this. So I guess it just didn't make a backup during that time. I don't know. Because it would, I don't know. It took a few hours to make all that, but I guess there's no backup for it. So so anyway, I've got to recreate all that, and then I had to redo the work. Or I lost a lot of the work that I'd done over there and stuff, but started building the pneumatics building and stuff like that, but I lost some of that too. But anyways, today we are going to be starting work on our build for our automated wither spawner. And like I said, I want to have a setup that doesn't rely on chance or mining or any of that stuff to get soul sand. I want to automate soul sand, and I want to, you know, I've got wither skulls already automated. That's not a problem. Yeah, okay, they're still automated. I thought, right over here, we've got a wither skeleton spawner. It's a Draconic evolution spawner with full upgrades. So getting wither skulls, not an issue at all. Not an issue in the least. And so what we're going to do is we are going to set up a spawner in this room right here. And we are going to do the killing with a Killer Joe. In order, the first step that we need to do is we need to automate blood shards. Because that's something, I'm not going to farm up blood shards. And those are required for creating soul sand. So, let's go ahead and get into that. So the first thing that we're going to need is going to be our powered spawner. So let's go ahead and convert this one over. We're going to do an evolved creeper spawner. And there's a couple benefits to having this. First off, of course, you know, we're going to get our blood shards, which is wonderful. But then in addition, evolved creepers actually drop redstone. So this is going to double as a redstone farm for us, which will definitely come in handy. So let's go ahead. We'll set it up like right over here. Thank you. Let me get some cobblestone. I'm also going to need some insulated redstone conduits. Alright, so we'll put our powered spawner down right here. I need to make another Solignolia, but I'll do that later. And then what we're going to do is let's run our insulated redstone conduits. Let's take them up. Then we'll run them back like that, and then let me pop over here, about right here. That sounds good. I'll have to do facades, which, that's fine. I've done facades for all the rest of this stuff. And then we'll do our conduit switch coming out like this. Nope, my bad. We'll bring this out again, then we'll do our conduit switch like that. I may end up changing this. I don't know. I kind of like these, though, in a way. So I'm not sure. I think we'll probably end up leaving them. I kind of like them, kind of sticking out of the wall, but that's just me. And I do kind of wish they had like a flat surface mode, you know, just so you had a little bit of an option, but I don't mind it too much. And we'll go ahead and say this is going to be active with a signal. And let me get a capacitor. We'll throw that in there, and then let's go ahead and set up our Killer Joe, and we're going to put him right here, and we're going to give him this bound blade. Now, the plus side to the bound blade is, of course, it doesn't require any durability. It runs without the need of durability, and so we won't have to worry too much about that. Now, let me go ahead. I'm going to take and set up a fluid conduit down beneath here, because, of course, the Killer Joe does require nutrient distillation in order to run, but we do have that stuff already automated, so that's not really an issue. So I'm going to bring it over to here. Actually, I'm probably going to set it right here, because over here, the next spawner that I'm going to set up is going to be a mob soul spawner, so that we can get mob souls automatically for Draconic Evolution, resurrecting the Ender Dragon and all that good stuff, just because I hate doing it. And so I've got the channel on brown. I know I had that set up already in the last episode, but of course all that stuff got removed, so c'est la vie. And so that's going to fill him up with nutrient distillation. Oh, he's attacking me. Stop it. Stop it. And then what we'll do, I'm not too worried about his experience, you know, we don't need that. But let's go ahead, where is my Draconic? We're right here. And let's go ahead and we're going to plug this up. Position saved. And then I want to give it to the spawner. There we go. So the spawner now has power. And you'll notice the Bound Blade isn't taking any durability damage, which is wonderful. And then what we're going to do is, let's hook up our vacuum chest. Alright, it would appear that it didn't save my ender chest, though. It saved my spawners, but it didn't save my ender chest setup. So what we're going to do is actually, I'll tell you what. It's probably cheaper just to set this up like right here. And we'll bring our item conduits out from the vacuum chest. Because the the Killer Joe can accept experience, but it cannot accept items. So you will need a vacuum chest for that. We'll go ahead and have that extracting. And I'll set this stuff up later, I guess. Because I just got to run this stuff back over since it didn't save it. You'll notice I did start using some of the advanced wireless transceivers since they're cheaper than I thought they were. But I haven't totally changed over. I don't know if I'll change all these over. I probably will because I think the advanced ones do carry more power. So, oh, and it doesn't have my trash can filters either, so I'm going to have to fix that. Because bows and stone swords have to be filtered out. Well, that one's not actually dropping any. Huh. But those do have to be filtered out for this setup. Or that setup. So now we've got our items being pulled out. And let's take a look. If we were to start this spawner up. There we go. Oh, that's kind of worrisome. It's recognizing the Killer Joe as an enemy and trying to attack it, I think. Oh, this could be bad. This could be very, very bad. I'm going to turn that off for right now. Yeah. Okay. So, that's an issue. We're going to have to fix that really, really quick, but it's not really a problem for us. So I'm not too concerned about it. Alright, and so what we've got now is just water. It's going to push all the creepers to the middle, so that's a plus side, so that the Killer Joe can get them. And then in addition, it should nullify any explosions. So let's give it a shot. Oh, you know what? I didn't reconnect that power up. That's fine. Let's go plug that in. And there we go. And so let's take a look now. Seems to be doing fine. Plus the creepers aren't able to get up right on it, so they may not even want to explode. Because I haven't heard them fizz yet, so. You know, luckily I've got a bunch of these evolved creeper spawners. Because we've actually lost a fair few of these in the process of this. I do notice that it's not really making weak blood shards. So I don't know if we can do it that way. Alright, so I made a couple things here. First up, let's go ahead and put down a Solignolia. And then next up, I made a Entropinium. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this Entropinium like right here, I think. Should be fine. And then we're going to have our Gaia Mana Spreader. And we're just going to point it up into a Mana Void. And we'll just link all this stuff up to ensure that it's connected. So this way, if anything does explode, this Entropinium should absorb it. It'll absorb creeper explosions and things like that. And it'll just feed it into our Gaia Mana Spreader and give it to the Mana Void. And I decided to go ahead and change plans. This doesn't seem to be dropping our blood shards. I don't know if it has to do with the evolved creepers or if it just has to do with the Killer Joe. But we can actually just craft them. I just wanted to set it up this way, but that's fine. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to give this my Draconic Sword. which hurts like a truck. And we're going to use it to farm mob souls instead then. That's fine by me. We'll just change it over. And so now if we turn this on, this is going to start running and murdering our creepers for us. And actually, I'll probably end up putting looting on that sword, you think? Now, I am noticing these don't drop redstone, so that may only be Infotech. I noticed it in the Infotech series, and I was like, hey, these drop redstone. But they don't seem to be dropping it on here, so that may just be an Infotech thing. We may not even need the Entropy Nam since the Killer Joe now insta-kills the creepers. So that's a thing. Huh. Okay. Well, another thing that we can do to make the system just a little bit better is we'll get ourselves a soul vial and an attractor obelisk. And let's go capture ourselves a creeper here. There we go. I may actually have to do a vacuum hopper to get rid of some of this XP because it's... there's a lot of it building up down here. But we'll go ahead and set up our attractor obelisk. Like right here on top of this guy's head. And then we'll go ahead and connect power over to this. So that this has power. And then let's say you're always active and let's tell it to attract evolved creepers. Yeah, I mean there's like an absolute ton of XP right here. So yeah, I may have to put a vacuum hopper. That's fine. So now if we kick this on, all the creepers should go right over towards the Killer Joe. There we go. And the Soul Magnolia is going to prevent any items from being, trying to pull towards us even though we're wearing our ring of magnetization. So hopefully, after a while, we'll see some evolved creeper souls. Oh, we've already got one. Mob soul evolved creeper. Awesome. And we do have an extra skeleton and wither skeleton too, so very, very nice. I was killing quite a few of them. I just set up ender spawners and then just sat there with the Reaper Blade and AFK'd. Just attacking. So, that is good. That is a nice setup, and that will definitely come in handy for us, because even if I automate the wither, I do need the souls, because farming those souls by hand is terrible. Even with Reaper 5, it's terrible. So, that is a nice system. I'm very happy with it. I am going to get a vacuum hopper, and we'll just set this up like, say, like right here. And one thing that I would suggest you do, what I've started doing with these, is I've been filling these up with cobblestone. That way they don't grab a bunch of items and all that mess. And then we'll just pop our void pipe on top of there. So that way it gets rid of all the XP for us. I mean, you could use this, but I mean, we've got tons of XP. So I'm not too concerned about that. So that is working. And so we should have plenty of mob souls coming in. It will actually probably farm these fairly quickly for us. So what we'll do is we'll set up a wireless charger. Like right there. Bind it so that it's got power. And let me actually turn off the spawner for just a moment. Just because it makes it a little bit safer to get down in there. I don't mind the Killer Joe hitting me. That doesn't really bother me. But I'm noticing that the obelisk is not wanting to pull these in. I don't know why that is, but oh well. But anyway, you'll notice the Draconic sword is now filled with power. The wireless charger, basically it's going to charge anything that it registers as a human player. And the Killer Joe does register as a human player for anything in the area. So if you didn't know that, the wireless charger is perfect for charging up stuff like that. That way you don't even have to worry about a system. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to set up a system to pull the weapon out, refill it, and then throw it back in there. But honestly, when you can just throw a wireless charger down, it's so much easier. Plus, I want those all around the base anyway. So, so that is good. I'm happy with that. I still have to do facades and put the ceiling in and all that stuff, but I'll do that. So let's take a quick look and see how many we've amassed. I will need to make myself a new Draconic sword with Reaper and all that good stuff, but that's not a problem. We've already got 2 mob souls from that. So, it doesn't really seem to be pulling in redstone. I don't know. We have so many sources of redstone. I can't really tell. I don't think it is, though. And then also we're getting creeper heads aplenty. And we're getting gunpowder, of course. So, of course, I think that's just getting voided because we're pretty much capped on gunpowder at the moment. Yeah. So I'll have to expand those storage drawers, or those barrels. I may end up changing this over to a drawer system before it's all said and done. I don't know. But anyways, the original plan for this episode was, of course, to automate our blood shards. So let's go ahead and do that. All we're going to do is let's get our blood orb. And let me go ahead and make an imbued slate. So we'll do an imbued slate with our master blood orb. And then let's go ahead and throw in a weak blood shard. And if you notice, that makes 5 weak blood shards per craft. So we'll go ahead and encode that. And we'll throw into our assemblers. And then let's go ahead and tell it to get this. We're going to tell it to always keep like 64 of these on hand, I think. So we'll put down our interface. I ran out of space on that one. And we'll bring this up and storage bus on there. Ta-da. And let's get a crafting card. I already had one made, so that works out perfectly. So we'll throw our crafting card into this interface, and let's set our storage bus to take weak blood shards. And there it is. We'll just go ahead and configure this to always keep, say, a stack on hand. So that way we don't really have to worry about them, running out or whatever. And you could always have, like, sludge boilers are an option for soul sand. There's some things like that. Also, if you're mining in the nether, you can get it that way and so on. But this way, we don't have to rely on any kind of chance or mining operation or anything like that. We just have soul sand being created, which is great. And we'll get into actually automating the alchemy aspect of it next episode. So, but anyways, sorry about the little change of plans there, but at least we have mob souls automated now. So I guess that works. I was just wanting to do that originally. Wow, we've already got 6 of those. Oh, and I mean, this is fully contained system. We don't have to worry about, charging that sword or doing any of that. I still don't know why our obelisk isn't pulling the mobs in. I find that strange. Very, very strange. Let me try one thing, and that's maybe dropping the aversion obelisk, or the attractor obelisk. That's what I was trying to think of. So let's try putting the obelisk right next to this. Maybe. Theoretically, it should reach those evolved creepers. So I can only assume that maybe it's a bug. So let's go turn this on. Alright, so let's see if it attracts them. Well, I mean, they're dying. I mean, I don't think it's really that big of an issue. But if it's pulling them over like super fast now. So maybe it was just the elevation. It needed to be floor level or something. Okay, yeah, it's working. So, okay, well, we'll go with that then. I'm happy with it. And that way they'll quit getting stuck along the glass and all that. We could also use water or conveyor belts, or, there's all different kinds of options for that. But anyways, I am happy with that. So now we won't have any problem. That was kind of what kept me from killing the Ender Dragon more, was the souls. But now that we got those automated, I'm not going to mind it a bit. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, I'm sorry about the change of plans there. The Bound Blade just doesn't seem to work with the Killer Joe in this pack. I've used it before. I know it can work, but it doesn't seem to be working in this pack. It may be something that they changed or fixed, or it could just be a bug. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. Of course, it's very, very much appreciated. And until next time, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys next time.